superheroes still, I mean, they're beautiful, like just like male superheroes often are. Bodies are still very model type, and clothing is still somewhat skimpier than, maybe would, like Wonder Woman is a really good example of that.
The objectification of women in the media is due to the media wanting to please men before anything else. Women are portrayed as sex objects, only utilized for other people's pleasure. Often depicted as weak and inferior, these traits are perpetuated in major motion pictures and even in commercials when advertising a burger, a product the furthest thing from sexy. How exactly does the media perpetuate the objectification of women?
The advertisements that are targeting young men or older men, most of them tend to sexualize women. For example, there's the Burger King or Carl's Jr. advertisements that have very promiscuous looking women wearing very little clothing holding a hamburger. And the entire point of the advertisement isn't really to advertise the burger. It seems more to advertise the woman's body. And I think that society projects this idea that women should be treated like sexual objects, that we work for the pleasure of men.
I love Texas in the summer when it sizzles. I love Texas every moment.
Media subtly objectifies women in many different ways. For example, if one is a weather person or a traffic person, you are supposed to dress a certain way. You're supposed to look a certain way. You're supposed to be thin because they're taking a full body shot of you. And so a lot of those people, they work out every day. They are going to the gym constantly. They may wear shorter skirts. They may always wear dresses instead of pants and shirts. And so that is definitely objectifying women.
The effects of stereotypes on young girls and women are detrimental to their mental and physical health. Unrealistic expectations based off women in the media are placed on them, whether by society or self-inflicted, and when girls are unable to meet these expectations, their esteem and self-worth decrease. Young girls bring this harmful mentality with them into adulthood, and it limits them. They no longer have the confidence to try anything outside of the sphere of expectancies society has for women, bearing children and partaking in household chores. What is the impact of the objectification of women on women?
Media forms, women are often conditioned to accept those different categorizations as their own identities. So oftentimes I feel like through movies and TV shows, young girls are often like pressured into being mothers or being wives or having a future with a male, or just not being independent.
And my students lack a lot of confidence, that they don't always believe that the power is within them to do anything that they want to do. And I think that often comes from media and television because they don't look like the people that are the heroes on television. There's a lack of...
No one will love you if you're unattractive. Oh, Mrs. Potato Head, tell me, is it true that pain is beauty? Does a new face come with a warranty? Will a pretty face make it better?
However, times have changed. Women in the media are realizing the detrimental effects on young girls and are beginning to put an end to the objectification of women. Female directors, screenwriters, and actors are starting to show that women are more than their sensuality. Women are intelligent, strong, and are able to live life for themselves, not for other people, and especially not for men. What type of change should the media employ to alter society's viewpoint of women?
I feel like women do need more representation in media because nowadays when you watch like shows, they kind of stereotype men as these like powerful people, and I feel like women should get a good representation of that attribute of that of that trait also, because women are strong and independent also, but they're not really portrayed as that in shows. You know, it's always like the men trying to save the bad men trying to save the woman who's in trouble. You know, it should be, if it's flipped the other way around, then of course that will like ruin the stereotype that men are more powerful than women. You know.
I am Merida, firstborn descendant of Clan Dunbrog, and I'll be shooting for my own hand. What are you doing? Merida! Curse this dress! Merida, stop this! Don't you dare loose another arrow! Merida, I forbid it!
That women need a much more realistic representation in the media. I think that it should not matter how thin you are, how heavy you are, what you look like. I think that
in today's society, women in the media are still being objectified, creating a mindset that women are inferior beings. Thus, women and men alike are calling for a change in social attitude. Consequently, changes are being made, especially in superhero and action movies and television shows, to portray women differently.
Victoria.